Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194 and appreciate you stopping by and taking the time to check out my video. And we are here at Hungaroring and the BMW M6 as you can see. And I got a setup for it that I'm hoping everybody can enjoy. And just to lead into that, um, I tried the car with the aggressive like I normally do, and the car was awful. So anybody that can run good with the aggressive setup in the BMW M6 here at Hungaroring is really good because I couldn't do anything with it. I struggled and struggled and got the tires up to temp and my normal stuff that I always do, just like I did with the Huracan at Paul Ricard in that video. And I just couldn't get the car to perform. So the best I could do was like a high 46, minute 46 point, I think it was 8 or something like that. And most of the time I was in the low 47s. I just couldn't do anything with it. So I started working on a setup and I got a really good gain out of it. And so let's start doing a few laps and go over the setup. And it's kind of unique. I'm really happy with it. And I'm really hoping that some of the BMW fans can enjoy it and give me some feedback. So let's get going. So here you go into turn one, which I always brake right there before the marker. A little wide, but I'm a little bit wide, but not real bad. Main thing is keeping your momentum up. And then right at this curb, I hit the brakes right there. And actually turn in a little later is better because you want it set up over to the left for this next turn. So you don't go too wide and end up being out of bounds. And then here, right in the curb, I downshift and run over that. The thing was awful over bumps. I mean, really bad. So I had to do a lot of work to get it to be compliant. But I'm really, I'm happy with it for me running with the BMW. And right there at that curb, I downshift and then go across. I'm wide here by a whole car length. So I kind of messed up that corner. Right past that guard shack, I hit the brakes and cut in. You see, it's a whoops. There we go. See, it's got over 51 liters right now. I started with 60. Time was a 145.62, I think it was. So I mean that's a over a second gain. Better this time as far as coming in that corner. And that was a 145.63. So I had a 145.62 and then a 145.63. So it's really consistent. Car is very composed. Feeling's really good in it as far as what it's telling you how hard to push. And that one was a 145.69. So I mean that's really for me. I definitely wish I could be that consistent in everything. So I thought that was pretty good, and a huge gain from the regular aggressive setup. So let's go over the setup. Tires, I got 26 on the left front, 26.6 on the left rear, 26.8 on the right front, and 27.2 on the right rear. The toe on the front is negative 0.1, with the camber at negative 3.6 and the caster at 12.1. On the toe on the rear is 0.1 and the camber is negative 2.7. Let's see, and of course almost all this has been adjusted. Electronics, I got 3 and 3. Fuel, I have 62 liters. Number 1 brake pad. Also, you can see here, I think that was the latest set. No, for those laps, no bad wear at all. No graining or blistering or anything. And even on some of the other ones, I still had none of it. So it was wearing good for the most part. Anti-roll bar, I got 7 on the front. Brake bias is 57.1. Steering ratio turned all the way down. The wheel rate or springs on the front's 156,000, with the bump stop rate at 1100 and the bump stop range at 1. The rear, the wheel rate or springs is 126,000, with the bump stop rate at 600 and the bump stop range at 6. The anti-roll bar is 4 and the preload on the diff is 140. Shocks or dampers, this is where I did a lot of adjustments. On the front, it's 15, 11, 32, and 34. And on the rear, it's 13, 9, and 32, and 33. And that's trying to get to keep the tires in contact with the road. That's where I gained a lot of time. The car was just bouncing, hitting those bumps. When you're aggressive attacking those bumps, it's bouncing all over the place and just upsets the car and you lose time. So I was trying to keep the car to where it's more in contact with the road. So that's at least that's what my goal was, and it sure helped a lot with the stability and gaining some time. Arrows, another place I did a lot of work. The ride height in the front's 57 and the rear is 70 and the rear wing is 6 and the brake ducts are 4 and 3, with the front arrow variation at a negative 0.2. I raised the car up a good amount. It was hitting on everything, and that was upsetting the car also. It was so low in the front. It was just every time you try to run over something, through a curb or whatever, it was hitting and upsetting the car. I tried the wing. I tried the low, a lot less wing, and it didn't help at all. I mean, I gained like 1 mile an hour down the straightaway, down that front straight. I gained 1 mile an hour. That was it. But lost too much in other places. So it really doesn't affect the speed all that much down the straightaways since it's not, in a really long straightaway. So I gained a lot of time by this way, by the car just handling that much better, and you can attack the curve, attack the corners, and be more aggressive on the brakes and just all those kinds of things. Um, like I said, everything here, the tire wear was very, very good, and um, like I said, so was the stability. And I hope some people out there will try it because I think it'd be a lot better than the aggressive by a long way, and maybe give some feedback on that. And of course, I'll make this a regular setup, and I'll put the link in the description. And again, I was just trying to do a quick little video, and for some of the BMW fans out there, that I love them too. I just trying to get it to perform a little bit better, and hopefully y'all can enjoy it and give me some feedback. And please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the bell to be notified of any new videos. I sure would appreciate it. It would sure help the channel and all the YouTube stuff. And I sure hope you come back and visit again real soon. Y'all take care. See ya.